don't know. How do you want to intro this?
That's a good question. What if this was the intro?
What if this was the intro?
What if this was in the intro?
This is the intro. Welcome to my backyard.
It's kind of depressing.
Your voice got low all of a sudden.
You know, it usually does that when I'm talking to people I don't know. So that's your fault.
That's your
But it's
fault.
gonna change, and you're gonna hear some really
over
high
time.
voices. Oh yeah.
Over time, we'll get more comfortable. I'm Davis, and that's Zach. He's not gonna introduce himself for some reason.
We talked about this last night.
I know.
It's not gonna happen.
It's not gonna happen. That's
It's not gonna
Zach.
happen. It's
If
not
you
gonna
were
happen.
wondering, this is our third time, I guess second time actually sitting down and doing it, but we did it once for a project. We thought it was fun, so we're doing it again.
It was fun, but it was really cringy. So
Yeah, but I don't know. That's just how it's gonna be, I guess.
that's how you are when you're 14. So
That's true. Yeah. Anyway, we don't have a name yet, so if you got any names, we might come up with something quotable from this. And
Hey guys, so yeah, as you can see, this is wrong because we have actually made a little brand for ourselves on this channel, as you can see. So, because, well, we decided that it would be kind of weird if we just posted the video without having a name. So we created a name and all the stuff that you see on the YouTube channel. So sorry about this, and now unpause, enjoy the rest of the podcast.
I mean, I've had some ideas, but they're all pretty bad, so
you get
see
to
how it goes.
decide, but you probably won't.
You probably won't because we have maybe a single person watch this, and that's fine.
It's okay.
I mean, maybe eventually we'll put this on Spotify or something,
That'd be nice.
but
Until then.
but until then, it's only video form, and I have to edit it. Hopefully, when we get a name, we'll put the name in this empty space. Because of COVID, we have to,
Distance.
be distanced. So maybe
Also, he stinks.
wow. So maybe we'll put. I mean, when COVID's over, we'll be close together
We'll probably
again.
be
But
in there.
yeah, we'll probably be in the house. But until then, we'll probably put something here. Maybe a meme of the day. I don't know, meme of the week. However,
Kind of cringe.
yeah, it's fine. Anyway, it's fall break, and we had nothing to do, so we did this.
It was a great idea.
It was a good idea because we are online together every single day.
Oh my god.
The problem, you like it. Don't even lie. The problem, though, is that we only talk about video games. We don't ever actually talk.
At
which
least
is
not
cool.
about important things.
Not about important things. So I feel like this can be some time for us to sit down, and if people actually watch this and want to comment,
Do it, please. Please
comment
Likes,
and be
please.
like, hey, talk about this instead of just your lives. Unless you want to hear about our lives, which is what we're going to talk about today.
Oh yeah.
Because we're in hye school, our last year, which is dope.
Oh, so dude.
Because I want to be done with high school because it's annoying. But anyway, so we're almost done. But I honestly haven't heard anything about his high school time, even though we go to the same high school.
It's a secret.
I don't even know about what classes you're taking, except for one, and that's American.
I'm not taking classes.
You're not taking.
It
any
just
classes?
doesn't happen.
Yeah, you just don't show up.
No.
So I'm sure that everybody's like this that's taking school, that it's all online, and we have this weird I guess
It's interspersed classes between. Some days we have certain periods, and then other days we have other periods, and it's
kind of
really
weird.
confusing.
So we're on block scheduling. If you don't know what that is, that's 4 periods every single day. And the way it works is we have first and third period on Monday and Thursday are live class where we go in and Zoom. And then on Tuesdays and Fridays, and then the second and fourth period are study hall days. They're you're supposed to be doing work.
On the same day though.
Yeah, they're
Monday still.
asynchronous days. So on Mondays and Thursdays they're asynchronous, and then on Tuesdays and Fridays it's the opposite. So second and fourth period have live class, and then the other two have asynchronous. So, and then on Wednesday we have a half day kind of thing, which is nice
It's
because I get to
technically
sleep
a half
in.
day, but No one does anything.
No one does
Nothing
anything.
happens.
No. I literally am just like, all right, do my sign-on quiz, and then
You
that's
just,
it.
Yeah.
And then you just lay around all day. It's good time.
It's
But I have 2 community college classes with dual enrollment, and so I don't have a first or third period. So every single day I'm sleeping in until like 9:30.
Well, that's nice.
Yeah.
I don't have that. So I wake up, and then I have an extra class. So instead of 4, I have 5, which is the 5th is jazz.
Is that every single day?
No, but it's Tuesdays and Thursdays.
Oh.
So it means that I don't get to sleep in ever.
See, I was supposed to be in that class,
And then you just didn't.
and then she never invited me.
She said she was going to email you.
I'll email her eventually. I
You
mean,
said that like 2 months ago.
beginning of the second quarter, I'll email
Just,
her.
halfway through the year. You know what? Let's write that email out.
Let me
let's
write
get
that email
going.
now. I mean, the pieces can't be that hard, especially on bass. I don't know.
We actually got another kid playing bass.
Really?
You got competition, meaning you literally just have to play any note and you win, because he doesn't know how
Yeah.
to play bass.
Okay. Who is this kid? Is he like a freshman?
He's a freshman. Yeah.
Okay. I mean, I had fun. But now that it's asynchronous, or not asynchronous, but now that it's like digital and pretty much. So I also have orchestra and he has band, I think, right?
Yeah.
And in there we mute our mics and we do like this silent rehearsal, which is
Yeah.
where we play, but we are muted, so she can't hear us. She's just counting off. Our teacher, she's just counting off and thinking we're playing. We could be playing like something completely different. She wouldn't know. Obviously, we use that time to actually practice, right, Zach?
So, what's really interesting is you can tell if someone's actually playing, judging by how red their face is. That, at least for me, you can't do that.
You can't do that in orchestra.
I mean, I don't know. I've seen someone play a mean wind banjo.
What?
Violin. That's the.
Wind violin? What the heck is a wind
You just blow on
violin?
the strings and it's like. Whoosh.
I've never seen that.
No,
That's not a thing.
they know what I'm talking about.
Put a clip right there, Davis, from in the future. Yep. All right. I don't know what it looks like. I don't even think that's a thing.
It's probably not, but it is in here.
Yeah, okay.
Okay, just cite my brain as the source. Then we got it.
Cite your brain as a source. I'm going to look that up on YouTube, though. And if I find anything, it's going to go in this blank spot.
If not, you need to just put disappointment.
Yeah. Just sad face emoji.
Sad emoji.
But it's so weird because silent rehearsal's kind of dumb because she has no idea what we're doing, but you can't do anything else because it sounds so like a jumbled mess because every single person's like internet is different and Zoom just doesn't do a good job with like overlapping.
I mean, they've also got some serious server overloads now.
Yeah. I mean, every single school is using it, either it or like Google
Meets. Yeah.
Google Meets or what? Google Meetings?
Meet.
I don't have any classes with that.
It's a Google brand deli. You just go in. They're like, "How much meat you want? You want salami?"
Oh,
You
right.
just slap it on a sandwich.
Right. I hate you. Yeah, but it's such a weird experience and completely different because as a bass player, I play stand-up bass, which is massive. If you don't know what that is, there's a picture. That's literally how we're gonna do things now until the end of time. At least until the end of COVID. Anyway. What was I talking about? Oh, I play the stand-up bass, right? And it's kind of interesting because my part, if you look up just a strict bass part, unless it's like a solo piece, it's very hard to play by yourself. And I'm so used to being able to get cues from everybody else, and it's just really hard. I know with saxophone, it's got to be a lot easier because it's like a melody most of the time.
Oh, bro, I'm because I'm tenor. Altos get all the glory.
Really?
I'm a lot of background, but sometimes I actually have a solo. It's just me for 30 measures.
Just nobody else is playing?
It's the start of the song.
Oh, wow.
That's stressful.
That is stressful. I hate that for you.
Thank you.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't have anything like that, but it's really hard because I have things like, it'll be like the first note of every measure, and it'll be like a dum 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 dum, and I have no idea what the rest of the piece sounds like.
I mean, just quarter
Unless
notes,
I
though,
listen to it on the recording,
which you're
but
supposed
I'm
to
not
be doing
gonna.
anyway.
I know what it sounds like, but I mean, I'm not gonna listen to the recording while I'm playing.
Well, that's
I mean, I don't know.
like the biggest brain thing to do. That's the biggest
Maybe.
wrinkle brain thing to do.
But then they're like playing like 10 times faster than I am.
So get good.
Yeah, I don't know. It's kind of it's like a mess.
It's just so much extra because it's like, oh, you got to record this from this to this, but oh, the file's too big, so you have to make 2 recordings. Oh wait, no, the second recording's just a little bit over the limit, so you have to make a third that's just half a minute long.
You had to do that?
No, but other people. I mean,
Really?
I imagine.
I turned in. She was like making an MP3 file, so it's small. I was like, wave file, and I did it because she eventually was gonna turn it into a WAV file WAV file anyway. WAV. I think it's wave file anyway. So why not already do her work? But I mean, mine is also like smaller recording than everybody else because if you think about it, I've like in the scherzo, which is one of the pieces we're doing. You're not doing it though, but
Nope.
in orchestra, I have like many moments where I have like 8 measures or 12 measures of rest.
Oh wait, don't you record the rest to make sure you counted correctly? Because she had me do that.
Oh, really? No, she as long as she said to me, as long as you put the measure numbers, she didn't care about rest.
Well,
That's what she told me. So if she's watching this and she gets mad at me, don't get mad at me.
don't get mad at her.
Because you told me that was okay. You told the entire class that was okay. So it's fine. I feel bad for you.
I mean, I only get like 2 measures of rest at a time anyway, so it's like.
How did you record, by the way?
So my desk is so small, and I have nowhere else in my
No-L.
room. No, of course.
Mm-hmm.
So I have to. Like 10 years ago, I got this Batman watch from my parents.
Oh,
And it came in
wow.
this like little flippy case.
Okay.
So I took out the watch because I lost the watch like 7 years ago. It did not take long to lose that watch. And now I just take the case, I crack it open, and I leave it open. I don't even think the thing closes anymore. And I take my phone and I like
Right.
jam it in there,
Okay.
and I record using my phone.
Wow. Okay. That's pretty big brain.
It doesn't sound good.
You know what I did?
Recorded
I
on.
took a microphone out of my Mini and I
yeah.
stuck it near my bass and was like, playtime.
music producer.
Hey,
man.
I was trying to get Kaylin to come over and record with me, and she just couldn't do it. And I was like, why not? I was like, I'm going to make you sound like 10 times better than any mic you have at your house. And she was like, I don't care. I can't perform in front of people by myself. And I was like, okay. Kaylin's a friend of ours, by the way, and she's my girlfriend.
I was gonna say you better mention that. She gonna be mad.
She probably will. But she didn't want to come over and record. I was like, what the heck, dude? What? I don't know. It was really dumb. Oops. Don't get angry at me. I don't even know. She probably won't watch this. She doesn't want to hear us talk. She hears us talking up.
Oh my god, too much.
We were really like, we would see each other every single day
Every day.
in school, and I think the only time we like didn't talk to each other was like during lunch, where we kind of sat apart from each other because we were sick of each other.
Oh, I mean, we just had our because I didn't talk to you at all freshman year.
No, well until engineering class.
Engineer.
That was, oh my gosh, engineering class freshman year was the best class because Mr. Gatt, our teacher.
Oh my god.
I don't know if I should say his name. I might bleep out his name. I don't know that.
Mr.
Although he has a YouTube channel.
He does. Check him out.
Check him out. Actually,
Shout out.
Give us a shout out, Mr. Gadd. Anyway, but he did not care most of the time what we were doing. Like there were days.
Oh, we could do anything.
There were days where he was like really strict and like really made us do our work. And then there were days where we would be riding around in these rolly chairs, like just around the
Because it was a
room.
perfectly square room with nothing in the middle, just computers
desks
lining the
on
wall.
the walls. Yeah.
Yeah.
And we would just ride around. And sometimes he would join in. Like, he's a 6'5" guy, and he would be on these tiny chairs,
Just like-
rolling around. It was great.
It was like a grandma in a smart car, it was just like,
He was great, honestly. Some days, obviously, he wanted us to get our work done, and I think most of us did. But then, like, one day he put on like the Apple iPhone
yeah, we just watched.
thing, and we just
Yeah.
watched that. It was great. There were some great days in
That was the
there.
reveal of the iPhone 10,
Yeah.
which was a disappointment.
You have the 10R.
It's the 10R, which is not the 10.
But it's the same
It's not the
phone.
same.
Just like it's a little bit smaller and it has 2 cameras, which are better than yours. Well, I don't think, but it has the zoom in, which yours doesn't have. I'm using my 11 and it has the zoom out.
Wow, that's insane. A zoom out function.
It has the 0.5 camera.
Let us know, because that's you right now. That's your perspective.
I don't have
your eyes.
that zoomed out actually.
Well,
I
that's-
just have the regular camera.
That's lame.
I could do it. Here's a clip right here of me doing it. Just for you. Or actually, I'll put 2 photos next to each other. And one of them is zoomed in and the other one is zoomed out.
Try to find
It
the
looks
differences.
good, honestly. Like, you can get, like, if you have your entire family and you can't, like, get that far away, obviously this isn't a problem anymore because we have to be really far away. But when you're in a line with your family or whatever and you can't get far away to get that shot of everybody, you can just click the 1X, the 1X and make it 0.5 and you can get every single person.
Well, that's useful.
It is useful. And there are many moments where before I had it, I was like, man, this is going to be really useful when I get this phone. And then Corona hit. And I was like, now I don't have any use for it. It's just, it's one of those things.
I mean, you could just get a really wide shot of a pole.
That one? You can't see it, but there's
There's a pole right there.
I'll put an image right there. No. But it was for a Batman party or something, or like an Indiana Jones party where
Is
we
that
would
a-
slide down the pole.
Well, I was going to say it looked like a stripper pole, but
Wow. Is that, okay. That's the
Am I
age we're
wrong?
using here. It's fine. It's fine.
you're not saying no.
I mean, I don't think it looks like that because it's really rickety. And if you go if you shake it, it makes some creaking noises. So I don't think so. And it's not very sturdy. So no. I don't think so. Anyway, let's get off that topic. That was fun. Anyway, but I don't even know what other classes you have. Now that I'm thinking about it, going back to school.
Yeah, I've done almost. I could actually graduate this semester.
I can next semester.
Well, no. Wait. No, yeah, it's next because I have think almost all of my core classes getting done this semester. So I have English, I have band, which is an elective. I don't know why I mentioned that. Spanish, which is a third language, and then American, just because that's a requirement and I didn't
American
have a choice.
1 or 2?
2.
So
Although-
you're finishing that.
Yeah.
Because I think there's 2 American classes, right?
Yeah, there's 2 American history too.
I don't know. I took AP US, so
Lame.
A push is the way to go. It was fun, actually. Great. Oh, again, I gotta bleep that one out at least because he doesn't have a YouTube channel.
Oof. No shoutouts.
But the teacher there is really great.
Really? I'm actually not
Yeah.
a fan of his teaching style.
Really, I thought it was so fun because he's so laid back and like he gets you to do the work, but like he gets you to do it on your own time.
That's
And-
not what happened in my class at all.
Really? What class did you have with
I had
him? Econ?
mythology with him,
Oh,
and he was like, "You see, I don't really know this. So here's the textbook. Read it, and we're gonna have quizzes once a week, and that's basically it."
wow. No, I had him for civics and econ, which was great because civics was really easy, and then once we hit econ, it was all spreadsheets.
Oh,
And it
well,
was literally just me and Ben, our other friend, just just doing spreadsheet projects, and it was great because he would look at our spreadsheet and he'd be like, all right, what grade do you think you could get? And we were like, a 90. He was like, 88. And we were like, okay.
Are you like bargain shopping for grades or something? You're like, oh, it's the $5 bin.
We had I also have really good memories in there because we had Durant. Do you remember him?
Durant, dude.
Oh my gosh, he was hilarious because he would say the dumbest thing, and he would say it
with
like
such
it was
confidence.
a fact.
Oh my god, he would just look you dead in the eye and be like, "This thing I'm telling you,
He
it's
called.
a fact, scientific."
He was looking at a map. I remember this. So the classroom is set up like a regular classroom, like with desks in a line. With it had so there on one side of the classroom, and then on the other side was like the teacher's desk, and they were kind of close to each other, about this far apart, between the last desks and and his desk. And then in the front of the class were two desks that were facing the rest of the class. There were two of them, and we never figured out why, but me and Ben were like, we're going to sit there. And we did for like the next few weeks because it was funny. Until our teacher was like, no, you can't.
Don't do that.
No, you can't do that. And then he moved the desk backs. But it was funny for like a long time. But Durant would sit right in front of us. And so he would talk to us all the time. And sometimes it would be funny, and sometimes we would be like, why are you still talking to us? Okay, it's funny because one of the funniest stories from there is our teacher was giving a lecture, and there had been a moment of silence, right? He had been talking, and I think he might have like asked a question or been like, okay, anybody have any questions? And Durant was looking at a map not the entire time, but he was looking at a map, and he goes, Cuba is just Russian Hawaii. Out of nowhere, or like communist Hawaii or something like that. And I was like, what are you talking about?
He's not wrong though.
Are you okay? But like the fact that it was so random, and while it was a moment of silence, like he said it so loud, every single person like stopped and looked at him, and then everybody just died laughing.
I mean, he's right though.
No, how? How?
It's like a country, and then it's an extra part of the country. Like, wait, no, West is that way.
But it's not Russian.
But it's like the Russian version because it's communist.
Russia isn't communist anymore.
Well,
they're a dictatorship.
Still,
that's controversial.
Just bleep it out. They won't know what you're talking about.
No, I'm gonna keep that in because I don't care. It is a dictatorship. If you don't think that Russia right now is a dictatorship, what if you have the same guy in power for 15 years? I don't know if he's been there that long, but for a long time, it's a dictatorship because he's calling on the shots and he's killing everybody who's running against him.
So, wait, was it FDR or TDR? One of them stayed in power for a long time.
FDR had like 3.5 terms.
3.5 terms.
But that wasn't a dictator because I mean he
gets
had
elected.
some moments where I was like, oh wow, okay, because like he wanted to pack the courts and stuff. Like he wanted to add like 9 or 10 more judges or something like that, like something crazy.
Yeah,
because the judges wouldn't listen to what he was saying, so he was like, I'm gonna put in 8 more. I keep changing the number, but it's something like that.
20.
I'm gonna add more than you, and then I'm going to win. And then everybody was like, no, this is bad. That was the decline. That was like his third term. And then I think he got elected one more time. And then he died. I think.
I don't think he died in office.
It was something like that. I can't remember. It was either he had 3 terms or he had 4 terms. I don't remember exactly, but I remember he had 3 or 4 terms, and then they were like, and then the entire Senate and House was like, never again.
Only 2.
Never again. And then they passed the amendment for 2. I think that's 22. Or is that 2 senators? 22. No, I think it's 22 is 2 terms. I could be wrong about that. But I know it was something like that. But yeah, so, but that's not the exact same. I mean, I can see there are some similarities there, but it's not the exact same. Anyway, let's get off of that one.
Let's stop talking about Russia. How do you guys feel about North Korea?
No, let's not talk about that. That's rough. We already know the answer to that question when it comes to is it a dictatorship? Because communism. Anyway, for all those Chinese viewers,
it's not the same country.
No, it's not. But they're communist. That was the joke.
Okay.
We're joking. It was a joke.
It was. I'd like to say that was his joke, not mine. I do not claim
He's
responsibility.
Asian. Anyway.
Rude.
What? How is that rude? Is this true? What? I feel like aren't you Chinese?
Yeah.
Okay. I don't want to be insensitive. That was just legit one.
We've had this conversation like
We've
5
had
times.
it before, but I have the worst memory in the world, so I'm not gonna remember. Anyway, I'm taking calculus right now, and it's funny because pre-calculus, which is supposed to be like a before thing, so when you take it at a community college or at a regular college, I don't know if you can take it at a regular, probably.
Yeah.
I'm sure. I mean, I don't know. I'm sure that's a thing. My experience, but I don't know. Anyway, so at the community college I'm taking it, you split it into 2, which is algebra and then trig.
Mm-hmm.
And algebra I aced really well, and I think part of that was because it's really difficult to be online.
Oh, yeah.
In a math class. It's so hard because math is one of those things where you need like a lot of assistance from somebody to really explain a topic.
You need someone there to be like, hey, how do you do that?
Which I think my calculus teacher is doing a lot better than my trig teacher, but I aced it. I got an A. It wasn't that hard. I think one test I got really bad on, but then I got like one question wrong on the final, and because I just studied a lot. Study, kids. Study and don't cram. Cramming is really bad. You want to spread it out between multiple days. Zach, I do it too, but it's not.
It's not a good idea.
Not a good idea. But we all do it. It
happens.
Jinx. Anyway, what was I saying? Oh yeah. So trig was really hard. I almost got a C in that class.
Damn.
And I don't know why. There's something about proofing that's really hard for me which is like tangent equals sine over cosine. Oh, right. This is what trig is. That's not the hard part. It's when it's like, okay, I'm gonna give you this long thing, and it's actually equal to sine. Now you got to tell me how all of this work is equal to sine. And I look at you and I go, oh,
no, thank you.
Oh. That's so hard for me for some reason. And it's learning stuff. When it's not actual numbers, it's really hard to rack my brain around it. For some reason, I don't know why, but I'm just really bad. I'm just not that amazing at it. And so it was really hard. I got like a low B. I think I got a B on the final, which is what saved me. And I have a B in calculus right now, but it's been so much easier. I don't know why, but it's so much easier than trig. Like pre-calc. Not easy. It's really hard. But it's just easier.
I prefer trig, so...
I don't. I like algebra a lot more than trig, which is... I think you and Ben are very alike in that. I love algebra for some reason, and I just hate trig. I hate it. I don't know why.
It's just like one of those, mind puzzle things where it's like, oh, the squire can do this, but the other guy can do this. Which one of them is telling the truth or whatever?
Yeah, but it's worse than that because it's sine and cosine.
Literally the same, just different names.
No, but I don't know. It was just really hard for me to understand for some reason. I mean,
yeah, I guess.
It's one of those things that I don't know. I find I'm doing like derivatives right now, which if you don't know what that is, and you're in a calculus class, you're kind of screwed. But if you don't know what that is, it's pretty much the slope of a line, of any line.
Yeah.
So, like, if you have a regular... This is going to go over so many people's heads. But if you have a regular y equals mx plus b, right? You know what that is? Linear
Yes.
formula.
Yes.
M is the slope, right?
Yes.
Y equals mx plus b.
Yes.
If you take the derivative of that, it is m. Does that make sense?
I mean, yeah, it's the derivative.
It's the slope of a line.
Yeah.
And then, but if you have a parabola, right, like y equals ax squared plus bx plus c,
Yeah.
then it's going to be a linear function.
Yeah.
Which is the slope of that line. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
It's kind of interesting, but I really like them for some reason. I don't know. They're fun, and we're learning like how to find the derivative of sine and cosine, and I'm enjoying it a lot more than trig. But because it's all the easy stuff, like not the easy, like it's still hard, but you know what I'm saying. It's
Relatively
easier
easy
stuff. So I don't know. I'm actually enjoying it. The first was limits, which is pretty much if you have any point on a graph, right?
Yeah,
if
yeah,
you have any point, it's going to equal a y function, or a y. It's going to equal.
Yeah, it's
a
going to
y.
have a y value.
That's pretty much what it is, no matter where you are. So to have a limit, you have to have it leading to the same point in the line.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
I think I mean, you're just touching your fingers together, so
like
yes.
From the right, you have to have the same point at x equals 3, for example, that you have from the left. You can't have x equals 3 from the left be 2, and then x equals 3 from the right be 7.
Yeah.
That limit doesn't exist there. That's called a jump discontinuity.
Right.
People are going to skip this section.
Oh,
but
totally.
I find it really interesting. And this is why, I mean, I don't know exactly what I want to do in college, but math is fun. And so, like, one of the things I want to do is something that has to do with math, which is computer science.
Good for you
has
on
to
that
do with
one.
Math. So, I don't know. Anyway. Yeah.
Anyway.
So what other classes are you taking? I don't even know.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you're taking Spanish.
Yeah.
How, is it 3?
It's Spanish 3, yeah.
Yeah. So I took Spanish 3. Who do you have? Okay.
I mean,
we have out. Gonna bleep that out, but I'm gonna use that exact sound.
You have to use it from now on, like whenever you need to bleep
whenever I
something
bleep
out,
things, and I'm gonna use it earlier in the
yeah.
thing, and people aren't gonna know what it was, but now you know.
Now it's me.
You're gonna have to watch through to find out what that. Anyway, so yeah, I had her as well. And I found it really challenging because the final is like you actually have to speak. There's like a speaking section, and that is the worst for me. Is speaking. I can not as much anymore because I haven't taken Spanish in a year. Because I didn't take it at all junior year,
Bro.
and I haven't taken it at all this year. But I used to be really good at like understanding what people are saying. It would take me a second, like people would be talking to me and they'd have to repeat it like 2 times, but I would then understand what it is, and I could read really well and understand what they're saying. But speaking for some reason is really hard, and it's really hard for me in general.
Yikes.
With English, I keep saying I have a speech impediment. I don't know if that's true. It's just because I'll say something and they'll be like, "Did you just speak?" I'm actually doing really well today.
He hasn't said anything wrong yet, and that's really surprising.
It's really surprising. I've had some stuttering, but I haven't said anything wrong yet, which is surprising because I do that all the time. I think it's because I'm thinking about it.
Probably now.
So it's just really hard, but I'm really just bad at it. Do you have any strengths in there, or are you just bad at Spanish?
I'm just really good at Spanish.
Are you really?
Yeah, I've never had a problem with Spanish.
Do you study?
No.
Oh, I had to study starting freshman year.
Oh, well, you see, my mom was like, you know what? I want my kids to be really good at language. So I'm going to do this thing where I'm going to teach them the sign language before their vocal cords can work.
What?
So apparently, I don't anymore, but I used to know sign language before I could talk. And apparently,
oh wow!
Just after I started learning English, my mom was like, "Let's give you some Spanish too." So like, I don't remember it, but my brain remembers that I used to remember it. So it's like really easy to pick that stuff up.
Holy moly, that's awesome! I'm not that good with language. My mom says I'm really good with language, but if I'm being honest, I'm not amazing. I can do okay, but it's not like the best thing ever. I mean, you didn't have to study, but I had to start studying. I didn't have to study all throughout like middle school for Spanish because it wasn't a lot, and I can memorize every single like when you're in a class 5 times a week.
Five
Yeah.
times. 5 times.
That hurt me inside. When you're in a class, the same class 5 times a week, you kind of learn. When there's not that many words, you learn well enough, and you can get an A in there. At least from my experience. Obviously, not everybody's gonna be that, but this is how it was with orchestra too. Now I have to actually practice, but in orchestra, if you're playing 5 times a week. You don't have to really practice at home, especially if it's for like an hour and a half. Like at least for me, it's not gonna be fully an hour and a half. It's probably gonna be more like an hour, but still, like
you're playing every day, so it's like it's in there.
Yeah,
but
agreed.
Now you're not really doing
now
that
I'm not,
as much.
so I gotta practice. But
Yeah.
it's the same with Spanish in middle school. After middle school, though, like there were a lot more words and a lot more rules and stuff, so I had to actually start studying in Spanish 2, starting Spanish 2, because I like, what is the word? No, I want to say aged out, but that's not the right word. I like tested out of Spanish 1.
Oh yeah. Because there's like an optional test
Right.
when you're going from middle school to high school, and like it's like, oh, you're good enough that you don't need to take Spanish 1.
Right. So I tested out and I got an A in it. I was like one of 12 people, which I mean isn't that many when it's in comparison to my middle school class, which was like 45, but still good percentage. And I was happy about that because I didn't really want to take Spanish 1 again. But it's so hard for me to speak Spanish now. I don't remember much because it's been that long.
Yeah, I mean that's 2 years.
Yeah. So lesson is practice. Even
Study.
if you study.
Do it.
Study.
Study 25 hours a day.
No, that's bad advice. That's not good advice.
25
that
hours.
means you're going to have an extra 1 hour on the next day, and it's going to be adding up.
25 hours.
But then you don't get any sleep, and sleep
Sleep is
I'm
for the
taking
weak.
a psych class, and we just learned about the problems with like sleep deprivation.
Oh my god, sleep deprivation. It can lead to infertility, so don't do that.
Well, that's one of many, many things it can lead to. If you don't get 7 to 9 hours, which is like the recommended for adults,
yeah.
It's more and more for smaller kids. So I think for middle school it's 9 to 10,
Mm-hmm.
and then for like elementary it's like 10 to 11, like stuff like
Yeah,
that.
they need
It's
a
smaller
lot
and smaller.
of sleep.
But I think starting high school it's 8 to 9, and then once you hit like junior year it's about like junior or senior year it's about 7 to 9. And then as an adult it's 7 to 9. But you can actually have increased cancer chance, which you can say about almost anything nowadays.
Breathing increases your chance of cancer.
But it can increase your chance of seizures. I didn't know this. It can increase your chance of seizures. It can actually make you feel better. This is the weird thing, is it can make you feel like you're fine when you're not. Sleeping for less than 7 hours can make you feel like you're normal, but then you will crash.
Yeah.
There will be a point you'll sleep fine and you'll feel fine for about a week or two, and then after that you're gonna crash and you're gonna have a full day of just being like a wreck. And that's not good, folks. It's not a good thing. So, yeah, it's not fun. I'm taking a psych class, and there's a lot of things. Sadly, it's not one of those psych classes where you delve into and it's really hard online because when you're in a psych class, what you normally want is like experiments in each like section that you're doing.
Yeah.
But the problem is you can't really do that online. So I'm kind of missing a vital element, and I'm not really enjoying it as much as I should because it's just a lot of note taking more than anything, which sucks. And I really do miss the opportunity of understanding the full experience of a psych class, which I'm probably going to take a psych class in college because people have always said you should take at least one. And so I'm probably still going to take another one just because I think it'd be fun. But it's hard right now because it's just notes right now, but I'm learning a lot of stuff. So last unit was sleep. or last chapter was sleep, and then this chapter's like unit is like memory. And so it's I normally would like to hear about it, but right now it's like, this is how memory work. You go through your sensory like information things, and then it goes to your short term, and then it goes to your long term. And it's like, wow. Okay. And there's a lot more than that. I don't have my notes here. I think, but going back to what I was saying earlier about like the whole like hands-on thing in math.
Yeah.
I was gonna touch on this a little bit, but I didn't get to. I think my trig teacher did like 3 videos, and then this teacher's done like a bunch of them. And I think that's really nice because while it's a pain to go through and take notes on every single video, it's also nice because he explains it multiple times and does multiple examples and multiple videos. Like, take notes. If there's any teachers watching, take notes to make multiple online videos if you're not doing live classes, because they're nice.
It's nice for the students. We get to
Really nice.
Yeah. We get to learn with our brains instead of
More examples,
not.
the better, because there's going to be, especially in math, there's a lot of like
just specific
little
things, yeah.
that if you change like one element, I'm going to have no idea how the frick you do that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So make many videos and we will like you better.
Dude, that's what happened to me so much my sophomore year.
Yeah?
Wait, no, that was my freshman year. That was
What do
my
you
freshman year. Because I was homeschooled throughout elementary, middle, all that stuff. And
Lame boy.
no, it means I was mega smart.
No.
I took geometry in 7th grade.
Why?
Because I'm smart.
I started doing my like times tables in 1st grade.
I was speaking Mandarin in kindergarten.
Yeah, well, I'm sorry I'm not a language speaker. I went to a Montessori school. They didn't teach language. They just taught like accelerated math.
Well, I
And
went to my
stuff.
living room.
Okay. Anyway, continue your story.
Freshman year, I get in, and it's like, there's people here when I'm learning too? What the hell is going on? I don't know what we're deciding on the rating yet.
I don't know if we're going to curse or not. I don't think it matters, but I don't know.
Okay.
It's fine.
Either way, though, that was Swedish if you didn't know.
Yeah. How's your smangy?
Oh, yeah. I get in there, and my poor body, being isolated from the world for about 13 years, meant that I'd never really been exposed to that many germs and bacteria. So
Oh my gosh.
I get into
know
school,
this.
and my body decides, you know what? Let's miss about half the year. And that's not even an exaggeration. I think my freshman year, I missed just under an entire month altogether.
Wow.
And that
Wow.
meant I missed a lot of the little details in math class. So
That's
I struggled.
crazy. I didn't realize. I guess that would be a problem. I never really realized that would be a problem because I've been in not public school, but I've been in.
You've been exposed to people.
Exposed to people my entire life.
Dude,
'Cause-
I still struggle.
Really?
You know this.
Oh yeah.
I get sick so
But that's
often.
it's not only because of your immune system being bad. That's also because you have a deficiency. I mean, that's
Which makes my immune system bad.
right, but that's not necessarily because
I mean, yeah.
of you being homeschooled. It's not like you have an iron deficiency. Oh, you should have gone to school. Oh, you should have
Oof.
gone to real school. That
Oof.
doesn't make any sense. Okay, I went to a Montessori school, so completely different. If you don't know what that is, it's pretty much a private like school that's only for I think there might be some middle school
I think they're
ones,
mainly elementary, aren't they?
but they're mostly elementary and preschool and kindergarten. So I went from 4 years old to 5th grade. I was at this school, and it's kind of interesting because when you're in a Montessori, I don't know if this is the same for every single one, but for the one I went to, for the entire, I don't think it's like this anymore. I think they split because there's more people now. But before, there was one teacher and a helper from 1st grade to 5th grade. You didn't change classes. I know you wouldn't understand this, but in normal elementary school, I know this because my step siblings went through it. You change a teacher every single time.
Yeah.
But for me, I just figured it was normal to have the same teacher. This I know it's not going to be crazy for you, but this is always crazy for people. in my 4th and 5th grade year, there were 2 4th graders and 2 5th graders. Actually, in 4th grade, there were 1 or 2 4th graders. I can't remember. There might have been one other one. No, I think it was 1 4th grader, 1 5th grader, and 2 3rd graders.
Oh my God! I mean,
For you, that's crazy for most people. And I've always like found it weird because I'll bring up like, oh my gosh, dude, I was in my 5th grade year. I had 2 people in 5th grade and 2 people in 4th grade, and they're like, oh my gosh, that's crazy. At least not anymore. In middle school, it was like a thing. They were like, what the heck, dude? Are you okay? It was good, though, because you learn social skills really easily. The only problem is we don't have grades. So, like, when you go to 6th grade and you have grades all of a sudden, it's kind of a shock. It's kind of like being thrown into a cold pool. No, it's not. But
it's worse than that.
I
Imagine
don't know about that.
boiling lava on your skin.
No,
that
it's
suddenly
not that
freezes.
bad. But it is one of the. You just have to get used to it. By 7th grade, I was used to it, and I could get straight A's. But I definitely got C's in 6th grade because I wasn't used to having so much work due in a row.
Dang. Ooh.
I just wasn't. So it was a learning curve. I think I might have only had 1 or 2 C's though. It was like Spanish, which is funny that we're bringing this up. Because honestly, no, I had like. They would bring in a Spanish person like every other week or something. So I barely got any Spanish because that just wasn't. I think they probably have a Spanish teacher now.
That would make sense.
Like the main teacher can't teach Spanish. They can teach every other subject, but they can't teach Spanish, which, nothing wrong with them. It's not their fault. It's just, it is what it is. But I don't regret going to Montessori because I could learn. I had the opposite problem of learning friends, which you probably had. I had the opposite problem to that, where I had to learn how to not make friends. I had to learn which friends I should have. I still struggle with this a little bit, but which friends I should have and which friends I shouldn't have. Like, there were people who I thought were just like fine, and then I would slowly see how horrible they are as human beings. Which, as middle school, we all are kind of horrible in our own way, but when you're the bully in the school, you don't want to be friends with them. Not me being the bully, but when they're the bully, I don't want to be friends with them because I'm not trying to be mean to other people. I don't want to look like that. I don't want to look like I'm the guy who's bullying people. Spider. Anyway.
It's not dead. He's weak.
He's weak. It's like when you send in another Pokemon when their Pokemon's at red health. It's weak. You got it. Well, I can't remember. I'll put it on screen. It's just a different experience because when you're in elementary school, you kind of learn to, except for you kind of learn to like what your friend group is going to be like. But for me, I kind of learned what my friend group was going to be like, but it was mostly just, you're a 4th grader too, you're a 5th grader too. We're gonna be friends. We're gonna be friends. That's pretty much how it is. Also, I miss recess. I guess now it doesn't really matter. But in middle school, we had some recess, which was, we didn't have it in 6th grade, but like, I think it was like 8th grade. We literally had like a recess time, which not everybody was telling me that you don't get recess in middle school because in elementary school you get it all the time. And then like, nobody told me. Like, everybody told me that we weren't going to have recess. And then in 7th grade and 8th grade, we got recess. And I was like, yes. It didn't matter much anymore in middle school because you get, or not in middle school, in high school, because it's like PE for an hour and a half, so it doesn't matter as much.
It's so much.
But, well, I think most of the time what my teachers did is they would be like, we're going to actually do PE for like an hour, and then for like 30 minutes it's a free day.
I mean, yes, but
honestly, when we're playing a sport for a long time,
you just keep going.
That's fine.
Yeah.
Like when it's like ultimate frisbee, I digged ultimate frisbee. I don't like the team aspect. Like I mean like I don't want to be on a team because I'm just not very athletic.
Are you sure? You should.
I don't want to be on the team.
You should be on the team.
I'm not going to be on the team.
I'm the coach.
But
and one of
for
the
the
founders.
middle schoolers.
Yes, but I would also be one of the coaches for the high school, so you should join.
We can't even join right now. Anyway.
We can do it over Zoom. We just pass
Catch my frisbee. What was I saying? Oh, I like playing it in PE because it's like a short little unit. And then like I like that, but I don't think I would want to do a whole season of Ultimate Frisbee. It's just not my sport. I like basketball more than that, and even that I'm not playing.
I don't know,
I wanted to swim this year,
dude.
actually, but then
Corona.
COVID.
Yeah.
Yeah. We're going to get demonetized. We're not monetized, but
We're not. What are you talking about? I don't even know where we're
Yeah.
putting this, honestly.
we'll make a YouTube channel.
That makes sense.
We're going to make one. And for now it's going to be like Davis and Zach's podcast.
We should not. We could.
Eventually it'll be named.
We should come up with a name.
Hello, it's us.
What a rabbit hole.
No, we're not going to. Should we be named that? We're not going to be named that. That would be funny though. It's like we start the video with hello and then you're like it's us. We're not going to sing it though. We're not going to do that. I'm seeing your face and I'm like, yeah, you don't want
This is not gonna happen.
This
This is not happening.
We don't have a name though. Can we do something with like the fact that it's in my backyard? Like Backyard Boys.
We're not the Backstreet Boys. We're not.
Backyard Boys. It's like a worse version of the Backstreet Boys, but it's a podcast.
We'll figure it out.
Well, hopefully. Well,
We're probably over.
over time?
Yeah.
Should we end?
Should we
We've
end?
talked a lot.
We've talked a lot.
I think this was a good first episode. We talked about random junk, and that was the whole point.
That was the point.
That was the point, and we got to know a little bit more about each other.
Yeah. Like his
And
name's Davis. I didn't know that.
That's true. And his name is Zach. Maybe that's how we should introduce it. We should be like, hello, that's Zach. And then you say, that's Davis.
That's Davis.
And that would be funny. Can we be the reincarnation of the Upside Down Show? Dude, I loved do you know what the Upside Down Show is?
No, but it sounds cringy.
Oh my, it was the best kid show I've ever seen. It was these two guys. Look this up. If you don't know what this is, there's a bunch of clips on YouTube. You can also buy it on YouTube for like rent it. I would recommend it. It is hilarious. As a kid show, it is one of the best things I've ever seen. Because you're so used to like it's mainly a comedy. You're so used to like people learning things. It's not about learning things. It's just about comedy. And that's great. It's like it's about these two guys. I think it was Shane and David. I think that was their names. And they would be in a house and it was all about imagination. So they were in this house and they had all these doors to other places that were just different rooms, and the rooms would be randomized every episode. And it was great because they would have like these stick figure character, like these finger characters. And at the beginning of the episodes, they would always have a thing about this remote. That would be like, they would click it and they would do like a rewind thing. And they would have like rewind voice. Like, it was the best kids show I've ever seen. It was almost better than Ben 10.
Impossible.
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 It's funny because I'm actually watching Ben 10 right now. Because it's one of those moments where I'm like, I wanna feel some nostalgia, and I honestly didn't remember most of the things that happened in Ben 10. Like, if you think about what you know about Ben 10, I bet if you watched it right now, you'd be like, that's completely different from what I remember.
I mean, like, which one though?
The like Alien Force.
Oh, yeah, nah.
So if you don't know, there's like the Ben 10 2005 version.
Yeah.
And then that leads into the Ben 10 Alien Force. And in between there, like, he takes off the Omnitrix.
He's just a kid.
And he's a kid. And he's like doing normal high school things.
And then it's
And
like,
then
oh
it's-
no,
he's
I have to put
16.
it back on.
Yeah, he's 16 and he has to put it back on. And it's like a whole thing. And then it changes to like the green one. Like, it's it's weird because it's like the black and white one.
And then it's like,
And then it randomly like glows blue. Like, there's a blue flashing light where where it normally flashes red.
yeah, it had the update.
It has the
thing.
blue
Yeah.
flashing light, and then it just randomly shifts into the watch, like the smaller one that's green. I have it
Oh my God.
still. We don't get rid of things, but it just randomly changes to that, and I had to look it up because I was like, that's so stupid. Why would it do that? Nobody has any answers.
I mean,
It's
it
just
is.
because of a new age, and now it's like the ultimate one.
Yeah,
The Ultimatrix, which is like you can make ultimate Humongosaur and
because
like
that
ultimate stuff.
logic's
it's pretty much like a new evolutionary feature where it's like they go through evolution, and for some reason Humongosaur has like rocket launchers in his hands.
This is going to sound really nerdy, but I remember the description being if that species was put through thousands and hundreds of thousands of years of constant war, what that would look like.
Ultimate.
How pistol hands work, don't ask me.
They're not pistols, they're literally rocket launchers.
Still, yeah.
Yeah, I think it was good. I think it was just to keep the content fresh. Because
funky.
what are you going to do? Like, you've already had
You got
3 seasons of
aliens.
Alien Force, and then at the end of it, there's like, should I just spoiler alert?
No.
Okay, there's something that happens, and he has to get a new Omnitrix, and so he gets the ultimate one, and it's pretty much introduced by a bad guy to be like, "Ha, I'm better than you," and then he's like, "My turn to be better than you," and so he takes that Omnitrix.
It's classic anime style one-upmanship.
Kind of, except he takes the other Omnitrix and puts it on himself. Which I think we had that the Ultimatrix as well. I don't know. I was a big Ben 10 fan as a kid. I loved the show. It was like the best thing I've ever seen. We still have the Ben 10 jacket, like the green one.
Oh my god.
I don't know where it is. It wouldn't fit me, but I think it's just funny that we have that still. And I don't know. I doubt we're gonna get many people on this.
I doubt.
But I think it would be cool if we could. So just smash like if you're one person.
And make more accounts if you can.
Yeah, just make a ton of accounts and smash like so that we can get multiple likes, and then it'll be circulated throughout the web. Honestly, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to go on my old YouTube channel and like the video, and then underneath it be like, "Oh, this is the best video I've ever seen," on the comment section.
Oh my god.
I don't know. Why not? You know?
Fair.
I don't ever go on that channel. We could move this to that channel,
Now let's just start a new one.
but I feel like starting a new one is the better way to go.
Yeah.
Just because, I mean, I don't know. I think eventually we'll probably put these on Spotify so that people can like be in the car and listen to it and not have to watch like an hour-long video, which is what I do with podcasts. I'm listening to. I'll just do a podcast recommendation. I'm listening to Ear Biscuits. If you don't know what that is, that's Rhett and Link's podcast. It's actually really fascinating. They talk about their life, and it's so good. I don't know. There's something about hearing them that's just fascinating, which is one of the reasons why I wanted to start this, is because hearing about other people's life to me it's just very interesting to hear other people's experiences. And I mean, the difference is they're like married and adults, so we won't have as much to talk about, but we'll come up with something each week, and
We'll figure it out.
I mean, this week was pretty much just an intro talking about us.
Yeah.
That's going to be what it is. It's going to be us talking. If you don't like that, you should have clicked off like 20 minutes ago.
Yeah.
That's a good one. That's a good one to end the episode on. Thank you for coming.
Watch
It's
again.
been a long
please.
ride. It's only been episode 1, and it's already been a long
It's
ride.
been such a long ride.
Hopefully we'll do more of these. I want to do more of these.
I mean, we can probably just keep doing them because this is kind of just fun.
I mean, we could do this every Wednesday,
That works.
because we have half days, as we talk about. So we will probably record these every Wednesday. I'm going to put them out by the end of the week. I'm thinking Sunday
That works.
or
Yeah.
Saturday, every day, every week, not every day.
Oof.
I'm thinking if we do these regularly, I'm going to have them out by Sunday. So stay tuned for Sunday if you're one viewer who's going to watch this consistently.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
I don't know if we're going to get any views because it's an hour long, but we'll see. See ya.
See you guys.